Okay, this will be a funny one. Interesting one. Anyway, let's see if we can make it come up a treat, despite what it is. So let's see, we're going to enlarge this. 400, it's a really fine, yeah, you'll find out what I'm talking about once I get to it. So I think this one's going to work well in negative positive somehow. We're just going to work on the colours. Right, let's see if this one will come up a treat. Found this by the side of the road. It was meant to go out in the rubbish, but the rubbish truck obviously dropped it, and I decided to souvenir it to make a demo, to make a cool demo. Hopefully a cool one. Hopefully it'll look really good. Let's see what our piece is. Our piece is a kitchen strainer. Yeah, you use this for whatever, like you strain rice, you wash the rice and you strain it, get all the starch out of it, whatever. I'm not a kitchen expert. I don't own one of these except for this one. I'm not into cooking and all that sort of shit. I'm just going to move this around. Oops, I didn't quite show it on camera when I was moving it. Sorry, folks. Didn't mean to create bad camera work. Sorry, it's not easy. Let's see how this looks. See if we can do a better one if this one turned out shit. Actually, this one's interesting. It's pastel. It's very nice, but I'm wondering if we're going to do more. But that looks interesting in a pastel sense. So now I'm thinking, what am I thinking? We're going to use that pastel bit, actually. So I don't know what to do with this, keep it or throw it. I think it's going in the garbage. I'll just put it on the floor here. It's obviously had its finish. It's at the end of its life. You know, that strainer has obviously had its day, so to speak. So now we're going to switch it to copied paper. Going to take it off that. We're going to go here. And I wonder how big we're going to make this. Going to cancel that. We're going to stick it on 100. Okay. Wonder how it's going to look. How we're going to make it look good. So we're going to darken our colours now. Obviously now it's on negative. We're just going to switch that off. And I wonder what we're going to do with this. We're going to add some... No, we don't want glossy. Fuck that. So go here and going to darken it. Put it in the middle. What else will we do? I'm actually thinking we're going to darken it further because it's that light. Wonder what we're going to do with this. We're going to add some background to... We should have probably added background when we were mastering the copy, I'm actually thinking. So let's see how we go. This is our original. This is now our master copy for the job. So I'm thinking it's not as good as it could have been, I'm thinking, this master copy. So let's see if we can make it look any good. I got a feeling when we made the negative, we made it too light. So I'm wondering if we're going to try this one and see what happens, because normally we darken things when we make negatives, and that's probably why this one's come up in extremely pastel sort of colours, because we didn't do the usual thing and darken it. I'm really disappointed, so I'm wondering if maybe I'll have to pick that off the floor and make another master copy, start from scratch. Well, that looks interesting. It looks colourful. I don't think it's going to look terribly... I don't know what to make of it. Whether we're going to start again. I think we're going to start again. I think this one doesn't have a very good centre, but it looks better with the colours brightened up. So I'm just putting those aside, and I'm just going to go and pick it off the what will become the garbage pile, and we're just going to try it again. We're going to put it back in a negative positive. We're going to just take it off copied paper and switch it to that, and we're just going to, again, we're going to blow it up big 400%. We've got to keep that on and switch that on. We're going to really make it dark, really dark, because negatives only work properly when they're being darkened. So they've got to be dark to start with, at least under most circumstances. So I'm wondering if the contrast is going to be bigger. We're going to add more contrast. So let's see how this turns out now that we've made our revised settings. So we're just going to put that there on the glass again and see what we can do with it. Oh, it's just bent. I hate it when it bends up like that, because that means it's not going to get good contact with the glass. So let's hope it's come up reasonably well. This is a better version than the first. A little bit harder than I thought. Anyway, let's see how this looks. Ah, it's more even, as in it's covering the whole page, but it looks wishy-washy. Nice pattern. I wonder if we can improve on that again. This is not easy. This one's not an easy one. So we're going to try not to push that centre piece. Try and make it look good. So we're going to be a lot more gentle and see if being gentle has paid off. Because I was obviously pushing it too far down on it and it just goes inside out. So let's see if we've made this look better. Interesting. It looks pretty much, it's boring. It's not colourful, but it still looks nice. It looks almost rhythmic. So let's just, it's still light. It's still not a very dark coloration. So I'm wondering if we're going to try something else. But it probably won't make it rainbow, so we've got to leave it on that setting. So we're just going to, right, let's try that again. Let's just move it quicker. See if the fast movement has produced that rainbow effect that we had on our first one. This is going to be a prolongated demo. So let's see how we go. See if we've made this one look better. Yeah, we lost a lot of image. I'm wondering if maybe this one can be used and maybe we can make believe that's a flash of light. I don't know. It's not an easy one to work with, this one. It's harder than I thought. So I'm wondering if we're just going to just return it to the scrap pile, and we'll start afresh with this one and see if we can make this one look really nice, even though there's a lot of fadedness in it. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing here. This is not easy. So I'm wondering if we're going to use a more heavier mode. I'm hoping maybe Dot Matrix Original could help make it look better. So we're just setting this up and we're going to switch that off, and let's just get in here, and the copy density is on dark. I'm wondering we're going to leave it on dark. This will be an interesting kind of experiment. Maybe the contrast is going up full. I don't know how this is going to look, but I could probably make this look good, hopefully. So let's see if that looks okay. It's going to be full of background. I know it. I just know it. It's going to be loaded with background. Even though it's not a negative. Well, it is a negative of the original, but a positive of the negative. But anyway, it seems like most of it's shown up nicely. Like these bits here. So maybe I think it was the dot matrix and the dark setting. Maybe a combination of factors that we've put into this. We seem to have a dark border there, so I'm wondering if we're going to maybe enlarge it off the edge a bit. So where's our, so it's up here, there's our large border is on here. So we're just going to keep this in play, and we're just going to try and decide what we're going to do. We're going to enlarge a section of this. We're going to just put it over the edge of the scale, so we don't end up with giant ugly borders between segments. So we're just going to put it on the glass like so, and we're going to work out how big to enlarge it. Maybe further enlargement will make this look even better. So we're going to start here. We're going to make it 104 that way. We're just going to get rid of the borders. So it's just going to be 104 each way. And let's see how we go. So we just want to make the borders a lot smaller, a lot tighter, just to make it look like a better one. So we'll just get rid of our first version of that, and we're just going to grab what's just come out. Well, that looks a bit better. You can see the borders are a lot smaller, a lot tighter, which is what I like. So let's just run off another. This is going to be a really long demo, folks. So let's see how we go. Let's hope that you guys find this entertaining. And girls. Not just the guys, the girls too. There's a lot of girls who are toner heads as well as the boys. A lot of girls love the photocopier trade, being technicians and stuff like that, operators, photocopier operators as well as technicians. You know, there's people employed in those industries that really love their job. I'm sure they can do better in a future photocopier factory where we can build artificially intelligent photocopiers, and ones whose hardware lasts 60 years, not 5 years, like this model that I have here, the C227. So we've got to make our photocopiers a lot better than what we have been of late, or I mean, our machines have got to be even better than the first machines, like the old Xerox 914, which was the first commercial grade photocopier there was that actually was automatic and could be used by pretty well anyone. So basically we've got to be even better than our first iteration of this technology. We've got to make things progressively better, because things have been progressively getting worse, and that's not the way technology and progress should work. Progress should be for making the place clean and hygienic, you know, with good environmental practices and social responsibility that you hear so many companies like Konica Minolta talk about, but they don't show it. Because, hey, we've got people who are homeless, we've got people who are sick, who are needy, who are hungry, and that's not good enough, Konica Minolta. You haven't been that good with your social responsibility. We still have people starving in both affluent countries and people in third world countries. That's not good enough, Konica. Not good enough, Konica Minolta. But anyway, I actually think this looks brilliant. I love that look. It looks like a flash of light. Now I can see this is good. Gotta go.